I don't know about y'all, but when I got into the One Piece TCG, I got into it with a starter deck, right? And back when I got into playing it back in OP10, one of the starter decks that I saw was starter deck Yamato, yellow Yamato, one that really doesn't get any play because it's not good. There's other better yellow leaders out there, right? This has been power crept a lot already. You know, if you look at the effect, Dawn times 1 opponent's turn, if your life has 2 or less, this leader has plus 1k. So you're 6k leader on your opponent's turn if you have 2 or less life. Blue yellow Nami is a 7k leader on your opponent's turn by just discarding a card regardless of life. So kind of crazy already, but I brought this deck to locals a while ago in like set 9 and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun trying to make this deck work. There was like a couple of combos, you know, you can try, and just getting people's reaction to playing something that nobody plays is just always fun. You know, I like, you know, doing just the most random things at locals, just playing the game for the sake of enjoying it. But I'm very interested to hear, what was the starter deck that was out when you guys got into the game? But before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're not, and if you want to support me, I've got a TCG player affiliate link in the description if you're going to be picking up any cards anyway off a TCG player. Clicking the link just helps support me. And also I've got a coupon code for Ned Garden. You can use Straw Hat Pecan for 5% off, in addition to their other sales, like their spring sale going on right now. But let's get into it. I'm not making any promises. I want that to be very clear. Don't bring this deck to a regional, or do. Let me know how it goes, but don't have high expectations, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we are a mono yellow deck, and you know, you can always get lucky. You can always get lucky. You can always be the luckiest guy in the room, but we are a 5 life yellow leader. We went over the leader ability. Let's get into the deck list. We're running 4 Hirohoshi blockers, just a very good blocker, a little bit hard to remove, a 2 cost, and then if this character is KO'd by effects, you can heal, which is nice. You know, obviously they can bounce it back to hand or bottom deck it or something like that, or, you know, trash it instead, but a little bit harder to get around. Get into our first 2k. Of course, we're going to be the most annoying person we can be. We've got a Beji. The trigger, one of your opponent's leader or characters can attack. Always nice to get that out of life. Getting into one of our top end, we got Yamato. Works insanely well with this deck, being that it's a 9 cost, 9k power. You heal 1 if you're at 1 or less life, and also KO something with the cost equal to that of you and your opponent's life total. And that, of course, on 10 Dawn leaves 1 open for leader ability. Then we got Onami, give something banish, KO a 5 cost out of life. Hiyori, because I wanted another 2k counter and I wanted to be Wano themed. I love Wano, and I love this card. It's pretty good, especially with how many triggers we have in the deck. You know, her ability to take top or bottom card from life and then add 1 card to the top of your life can be pretty good. You know, your opponent never knows what you're putting in there. A lot of spicy stuff. If you're at 0 life, obviously, or 1 life, I should say, you can swap it out for the 0 cost if it's in your hand. And then we got Frankie, our last 2k counter, just another really good 2k counter with a good trigger. If he is the second or last life in your life, you can play him out, draw 1 card. He's a nice body, he can swing. Then we got Ace, other heal option for the deck. 10 cost, 10k power rush if you have 2 or less life, and on play you can add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Now, why would I play this out if I need 1 Dawn in my leader? Boom, that's why we have 5-drop Katakuri. One of the only ways, I think the only way that you can attach a rested Dawn to your leader in yellow, right? We're skipping to him because we have to go over him after talking about the Ace. He's a 5 cost, 6k power, 1k counter. Blocker, activate main. You may trash, turn the top card of your life face up, give 1 rested Dawn to your leader. So as long as you have a life that is face down, you can always use your leader ability, which is nice. Then we got Nami, 5 cost, 5k power, 1k counter. Trash a card with trigger from your hand, KO a 5 cost character. Then you have 3 or less in hand, you can draw 1. Pretty good removal. Also a 5 cost, 5k. Then we've got Nico Robin, 6 cost, 6k power, 1k counter. On play if your opponent's 3 or more life, trash 1 card from the top of your opponent's life. Very good trigger for this deck because you can play 1 cost or less yellow character from your hand. 3 or less. I don't know what I said. Can't talk today. Or most days. Obviously, we can play out a Shirahoshi blocker from our hand, right? Or another thing I really like with this Hiyori is you can trigger Robin from life. If you have Hiyori and a 0 cost in hand, you can play Hiyori out, right? And then use the on play because it's not just your turn. And then if you have 1 life, like it's such a specific use case, right? But if you are at 2 life, your opponent hits you, Robin was your 2nd life, and you have 0 cost in Hiyori, you can use Hiyori, take your final last life to hand, and then put in the 0 cost. Of course, you could also do something like Beji or Nami if they have like just 1 more swing and it's a 5 cost, obviously, something like that. Or maybe even Hawkins to cycle. You know, you have a lot of, or Onami to KO 5 cost. Probably a better option than the Egghead Nami. But that, I think this happened once, or could have happened once when I was playing at my locals with this deck, where it would have actually perfectly lined up that Robin was my 2nd to last life. I had Hiyori and the 0 cost in hand. And I didn't recognize the combo at first because I didn't think of it. But after the game, I was like, wow, wait, I could have done this and it would have been kind of crazy. Then we got Hawkins, 5k power, 4 cost, 1k counter. On KO, trash the top card of your opponent's life. Trigger, draw 2, trash 1. Then we got the 8 cost Kid, 9k power. On play, rest this character, trash up to one of your opponent's life. And then end of turn, if your opponent has 2 or less life, you draw 1, trash 1. Really good cycle. I love this card. It feels really nice to have some cycle. And then, of course, we got that Katakuri, and then just the 0 cost event. If it's the last card in your life, you heal 1. Pretty straightforward deck, right? With just being annoying with the triggers, right? Again, not claiming it's going to be great, but we're here to have fun, right? So let's get into some games. Let me know what you think about the list down in the comments. And let's get into this. We got Belo Betty. I'm going to take 2nd from them. And, honestly, I mean, if we can last until 10 Dawn, which we might be able to with 3 2Ks, 5 life, and a blocker, who knows? Hopefully they have a slow start. They don't. Good for them. Karasu, very good for them. We'll play out. Boom. Nami, really good. Be able to pop their Karasu. I haven't really been paying attention too much to what's happening over the East for their meta, because obviously there's a lot going on for us. A lot of tournaments, a lot of... What's that doing in your hand? Hey, I haven't tried this card in Betty. That seems kind of interesting. I wonder what they put in there. We'll swing 7, play out another Shirahoshi. But I think I have seen that a lot of people are playing Betty into the new purple blue Luffy, right? What did they put in there? Oh, okay. And then we'll play that, because the aggro go wide method is really good into him, which is cool. I like Betty. I know some people do not, right? It's just very aggro, very much. This game is going to be over before 10 Dawn, one way or the other. Win or lose. Karasu coming out. They can KO one of my blockers, but then I heal, so I don't know. We might be okay, honestly. I might just take both of these. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. I'll pop that, and then I'll pop the Karasu next turn. But us will take, because we kind of do need to get down to 1 life, right? That's actually, tempting, but we need to pop that. So we'll play, we can't. Should have counter out maybe 1 just for the Nami draw, now that I'm thinking about it. I could play out Robin and then swing 5 there, and then that's actually pretty good because they've pretty slow. We can still block 2, stick it. But then keeping them at 3 life means I can KO Karasu now. No, let's do that. I think we can let Karasu stay for a bit because he doesn't have anything else on the board really. And also trashing life, getting rid of, well, it wasn't a trigger card, but you know, is what it is. Whenever I banish a card from someone's life, I feel like it's always something they don't mind, right? It's always like not a trigger. I mean, the rush would have been nice, but yeah, they are kind of drained on resources, and we have a pretty stacked board with our blockers. If they get Morley, definitely could be pretty bad. The unblockable, but luckily for us, we have a heal, a couple 2Ks. But yeah, I also was kind of looking for a better target to trash for Nami other than a 2K, right? Robin came up, not a bad target, but we wouldn't have drawn from it. And again, kind of need to get down to 1 life here. Well, we're going to be at 8 Don, so we'll take 1 counter out the next. 2K. A lot of 2Ks. Yeah, sure. We'll block here. And then he plays out a 2K. So I'm thinking we got another 2K. We have a lot of 2Ks. Yeah, for sure. We'll do 6 into Karasu first and then 7. Or no, 6? Yes, 6. 6 and 6. Cool. All right, so we'll play out Shirahoshi, play out Nami, pitch 1 of our 2Ks. Boom, pop, and pass. So we're pretty safe. We're 6K leader. He has 1 swing. Unfortunately, he didn't get anything to go wide, really. Like no Ivankov. Sabo. Interesting. So that is a problem, I guess. But, you know, we're a 6K leader. 2 blockers he can't really get rid of. We'll probably take... Unless this is at... kind of want to save my bodies, but... I kind of want to hit... I want him to hit me, right? So losing that sucks, but... We can clear his board next turn and heal. And that's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, now we can definitely clear the board. Pretty much guarantee. Go 5 there. If he triggers this out, that's still, we're still so safe. Okay, so we just swing there. Boom. And honestly, we don't even need to let him trigger that out. But either way, I think we're pretty safe. Right? We can pop that. Heal. We're a 6K leader. 2 blockers. 2 life. 3 2Ks. 2 1Ks. I think we're pretty good. Right? Definitely a hard thing to get through, especially with only 1 card in hand. I do like the Hiyori in this deck. I do think that is a interesting choice, but pretty good. You know, there's a lot of great cards that you kind of want in your life on Belo Betty. And yeah, GG. That's kind of pretty much like the Morley getting that early would have been nice, but pretty hard position to be in. All right. We're green, yellow, law. It's a lot of bricks. That is a lot of bricks. I mean, it's nice to have the heals. I'll be greedy just because I want to try to trash his life if I can, because that is rough for him. I mean, he recurs so much value from his little guys. I probably should have mulliganed. I don't know. Gets a 2K X Drake. We got another heal. Oof. But it's a brick for right now. Honestly, the time that I first played this deck in ST09, there was so much just blue Dofi everywhere. We'll take Hawkins. I think we're going to do that. Just cycle out 110 cost. Right, there was so much blue Dofi, so I just packed this deck with like KO, right, the Nami, the Luffy from Egghead that pops a 4 cost. We'll just swing 7, play out Shirahoshi. they'll keep me off of 6 Don, I guess. But that, yeah, that does suck actually, because I want to play out Robin. Maybe they won't play out the Bonnie. Maybe they have like a different card. Who knows? Like a Cavendish or something. Oh, there goes my block. I forgot he picked that up. Yeah, that was. But yeah, the fact that I played it in a time where it was just mostly blue Dofi and people building around that, I think the KO cards definitely helped. Now it's right. I think if you're actually going to play this and I got matched up against like Blackbeard, I'd be pretty rough, or like Shanks. With something like this, like you have a chance against aggro because it's when I said 2 life, I don't even get to Robin. We'll take another sure Hoshi. Okay. Now if you can manage to, we can Nami get rid of him. To survive the early aggression, then just keep healing. You know, you can survive sometimes. Let's go 5 life or 6 life. We'll Nami trash 1 Robin because we can't use it anymore. Obviously, get rid of that Cavendish. The next turn we can play out Kid, which actually would be really good in this matchup because he's already pretty low in life. So losing 1 to trash would be pretty hurtful. Get a 2K. Let's put that Robin, pop that, and pass. And we have some counter to survive, maybe. Okay, the law coming out, definitely. Hoping it's just not a... Okay. I mean, that's not good for me either. But Kid coming down this next turn. Ooh, that's going to be bad for me. I don't have an answer to that. Raigo's gone. So we're just going to be swinging into it with our top end. He doesn't have a ton of cards left in hand to defend it. I need to defend now because next turn I won't really be able to defend. So we're going to go 2 and 1 because he's going to have these big guys swinging at me. We're going to go 5 at life. Cool. And then we're going to go 5 at life. So that's even less counter to protect the Kid. Now I'm thinking about it. He would be able to like get back like a searcher, maybe play it out again. But not a lot of resources to defend an 8-drop at this point. Trash, and then we get to cycle. So we're going to trash our other 8-drop. Got 1k counter out of it. Not bad. Next turn we can maybe Yamato. Maybe Ace. The 9k stat line definitely helps swinging into the Kid. If we can keep this guy, would be really nice. We'll see. We're at 3 life, so we're not like at the point where it'd be tempted to go for game. But oh, that's the 8-drop coming out. Does he leader ability though? All right, so that we're gonna just let go, of course. We want to protect 8-drop if we can. So he has to attach it on there. So we probably see a 10k coming there. Oh no, 11. So we'll go 2 and 1. Unfortunate. We'll probably just play out 10 cost to heal and then swing 9 there, I guess. Get a 2k or a blocker. Rosinante, 5 at us. We'll take 0 cost. It's never my last life, huh? Let's go. Bam. He's got 2 cards in hand, so not a lot of counter, huh? I could choose not to heal to swing into 10 to get the blocker out, but he's got a blocker, so I'm not going to get rid of it. And I'd rather have 3 life so I don't die. So we'll pass. Trashing. Do I get greedy and keep a heal? Or do I keep counter? We're at 3 life. We could threaten, but no, I'm confident. I'm confident. We're gonna survive here. He's gonna go for this guy. I'm gonna let it go. And we'll, oh no, because that's not even a good trade-off either. We hope that we get like a lucky KO trigger out of life to get rid of the Rosinante. But my plan was that, you know, Yamato, if I'm at 1 life, he's at 1, I can still pop the Rosinante, then swing 10 into the kid. Let's see, does he swing in my life first? I don't have a Don attached to the leader, so I won't become a 6k lead. So unfortunate. I wish there was more 9-cost heals in the game. Yep, we're gonna let it go, keep all of our cards in our hand. And we want him to hit our life 2 more times. Just 2. You just have to do 2. Maybe I should have kept... Maybe I should have countered out 1k then. Yeah. Never mind, he's gonna heal, so... I mean, Cavendish does give him a lot back. We'll see what we get. Out of life. He can swing 7 and then even higher. Ooh. Ace. We can swing 10k into the kid twice then maybe if we go down to 0, which I don't want to. Okay, you know, he's just going big, so you know, we're just gonna have to take these. That's opponent's turn only. So we get rid of that. Then we KO. No, we don't even KO it with anything. We just get rid of a swing. Get rid of a swing. Go 10 there. He doesn't have any counter. He has to block out. He has to block out. He doesn't have the counter. Please don't have the counter. Pretty please don't have the counter. He doesn't have the counter. We're going to heal. Boom. Get rid of his 10 cost. 8 cost. Do I hit him? Sure. I have a decent amount of counter. Not really. I just have a 0 cost and a bunch of 1Ks. Do you counter out and hoping that you survive another turn? I mean, we got 2. Oh, he does. That's actually better case scenario, I think. All right. Luck be elated tonight. Please save me last life. How much counter do I have? 4K, 7K counter. So I can get out of an 11. I can go up to 12. I needed that to be like 1 less. We need 1K counter. That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. Needed it to be anything but a brick. That all comes down to, oh my goodness, you know what it comes down to? The one turn I trashed a counter for that. My greed sickens me. Man, we could have won that. We could have won that. All right, we got purple black Luffy. Man, I can't get greedy anymore. Biggest thing. I mean, that's not even a fault of the deck. That's just, I mean, we got the combo. I say combo, it's not even a combo. And Shirahoshi's actually pretty good. It's not a great hand, but Hawkins is pretty good too. We get a blocker, help us survive. We can Hawkins into Katakuri. Then hopefully we get like an 8 drop. And then start using Ace. So we got 7K coming at us. We'll take. It's always the first life when it doesn't matter. It's always the first life when it doesn't matter. It's crazy. We got another Katakuri. That's pretty good in case one of them gets KO'd, which might be the case. I mean, this is the turn where he would want to 5-cost Sanji something, but he doesn't have a great set of targets. One would heal me, one would trash his life. We're gonna 1K out of that. Interesting. Is he gonna pop it? Oh, he might. We'll take another 10 cost. That is crazy. All right, sure. We'll swing 6. Should I go 7? Oh, we can. 7 at Zoro. Stay healthy while we can. I have no good target for that Robin. Very unfortunate. But this does demand a lot of cards, and he saves it. Interesting. I mean, fair enough. If you're at 4 life still, you don't mind losing it for the Hawkins, but, you know. We just have to survive 2 more turns and have our Katakuri survive. We've got 2 blockers. I got another blocker. We're just going to go blocker and blocker and blocker. And then, oh my goodness, he's got so many pops. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. All right. Actually, we can just take... That can be something we play out maybe, and probably not. Kind of lost the mark because we need to play out the Katakuri again. I don't want to use it, but I kind of have to. And we just hope he doesn't have another pop Sanji, and then we'll 2K out of that. Yamato's pretty good. We'll go block a Katakuri. We're going to swing 10 into his Sanji, because this is the only target that can hit now. Cool, we got that. So we'll have, you know, we're a 6K lead. Not bad. Not great either, but Frankie coming out. Trashes another Frankie for it. 7 Dawn still. Can't threaten lethal here unless he swings with this first, which obviously you would. Has to attach a Dawn to leader as well. Because if he forgets and I take with that and then this isn't buffed up to a 6, then we can pop that. Oh, no. Don't swing at it. I just wanted it for my thing. Oh, us? Oh, okay. I wasn't going to block with it either. Way. We'll pop your Zoro. I could have got rid of the Frankie, right? It gets rid of a 5 cost. Going at us. We'll take. That's crazy. Could have been something way better. We'll go our little thing. Cool. Shirahoshi. Go 6 there. I mean, obviously, if he counters out, I'd be a little crazy. That's a little crazy. Do I get greedy and swing with the blocker? Nah. That's so crazy. Does he... If he rests one with like a 7 cost, and he has 3 swings, I still have a blocker and 1 life. So we're good to pass. We're 6K lead. I've only got 3K counter in hand, but I can keep doing that 2 more times. And he's kind of burnt out on resources. We still have a decent hand at 6 cards. Kaido. Interesting. So I can't do that again. Sad. He hates my Katakuri blocker. I would too. He's so good. And he looks so cool. 6 at us. We'll counter 1. Does he keep for a giant? No. Boo. Okay. So we'll go 1 and 1. I have 2Ks. He doesn't know that. Oh, that's a rush. Yep. And then we'll block. Cool. Do you have any more counter? 1 card in hand? He doesn't. Cool. Perfect. That was so perfect. So perfect. Mwahaha. Twirling my mustache. Haha. I'm sorry, but come on. I mean, it's... I gotta be a little cringe. I gotta be a little, enjoy myself a bit. It's not... This doesn't always work. Oh, well, fair enough. Oh, at us? Well, we'll just heal with Ace again and be rude. He could have cleared my Ace for sure, but I need to see what his hand is. 2K, a 2K. Yeah, I guess he didn't have a lot of options. He had the king. Oh, GG. Sorry. GG. What does the king do? Ah, cool. But those are the games. Not the best here, but, you know, I'm not claiming that this is the best deck. Just a fun one. Got some close games, some fun games. Got to do a bit of the shenanigans of being a 6K leader. Just constantly healing as Yellow does and being annoying like Yellow does sometimes. But, you know, it's one of those things that not too serious, but, you know, it does get a little bit better each set whenever there's some just good generic yellow cards, right? That 8-drop kid is pretty good support. Probably take it down to 2 copies, right? There were some times where I was just a lot of bricks, but we don't run a ton of them. You know, it's pretty much just our top end, and they all have a very good purpose, you know, and kid does cycle as well. I don't know. I'd like to put some more thought into the list, but I feel like this does pretty well. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think of the list. What was your first starter deck? You know, let me know when you guys got into the game. What was the set? What was the starter decks out? What got you into the game? Curious to see. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.